Hello everyone, Gomez here. Tonight looks like it's going to be a big one. It looks like there's 17 cards that we're going to be going through, so maybe we might see a champion, who knows? Maybe another Ascended champion, but we will see what goes on as we just go immediately and obviously and then see what the hell's going on. It's like, just so much hype. Let's get into this. Okay, so it looks like we're going to be getting another champion, of which I have no idea what the hell this champion does in League of Legends, but I cannot wait to see what they do in Legends of Runeterra. I already like the look of all this stuff that's going on right now, so let's get in.
Make the way.
And see.
Come on, there's so much.
Okay, so upon play, summon an exact copy of an... Okay, so, right, this is making a slight more sense to the landmarks that we've just seen, the ones that cost like one cost. So I've summoned 5+ so yeah, so it's making slightly more sense to the fact that obviously we've been seeing a lot of cheap landmarks coming out of Shurima. So obviously, like, you know, the one which makes like the little clock thing and the one which makes you draw a card. Now admittedly, them on their own didn't really seem too good, but with her, the ability to summon another copy, so it means that through her you can get another like 2/2 of the clockling thing, or you can get another draw of it. So potentially that this makes that a little bit more viable. Also, you need to remember that this is it's a little bit later game than when you'd be playing them, right? Because let's face it, she's a 5 cost, so 5 cost, not the best stats, but you've summoned, so it doesn't say that she has to witness them, because obviously that'd be a bit crazy. She's got to witness you summon each of them, but there's a lot of cheap landmarks. Obviously I want to see what her level up effect is, but bear in mind she can also be used to make copies of other landmarks that are outside of Shurima. So like the idea of making like another... Why is my mind completely blanking on landmarks right now? So the ability to make another build water one to help you go deep quicker, as well as giving you more sea monsters. The ability to get another copy of Howling Abyss so that you make more level 2 champions. The ability to make more Tarkon's peaks, so that like there's a little bit of craziness that can be done, but it is 5 cost. It's not exactly the best stats for a 5 cost, considering the fact that she's not got a keyword that goes with her. So I'm expecting her level up to be devastating. Let's just watch what happens, because obviously but she does work really well with those cheap landmarks. Oh, what the hell is that? We've not seen that landmark. Okay, I mean, number one, I just want, so whatever the hell that landmark was that we've just seen, so it's a sleeping something, whatever the hell that is, it's then making 5/4s. So okay, that's kind of interesting. So obviously whatever the first one does, it just makes 1/5/4, then she's made another copy of it. That's the other thing as well to point out. Make an exact copy of an allied landmark. I just want to go back to that point. So it is making it so if it's on countdown, that is making it so that it is at the same countdown. So some people were saying that the sun disk, its main problem is the fact that if somebody counters it quite quick, so you wait until somebody's about to like level up their landmark, and then the ability to get rid of it with landmark removal. This is making an exact copy of that landmark, including where it is on the countdown, which means that it just makes countdown little. So actually she's viable because of that reason. It's also made me think about Star Spring, in case somebody was thinking about killing one of your Star Springs when you're just about to level, but that's not important. Let's get back to where we were, because I want to know obviously what that landmark's gonna be. But okay, new keyword predict. We already established this from last night, that this was a thing where basically you get to pick a card among so you get 3 choices, pick one of them. It's going to end up shuffling which at the top of your deck, so you know what you're drawing. The reasons for this, which I didn't say last night, you can make sure that you know you're going to be having something good. You can make sure that you can get allegiance if you're running a deck, which is, see, the thing with allegiance decks is most of the time you are mostly running that card anyway, but just to make sure, I guess it gives you an extra benefit of that, as well as the fact that it puts things on top for Stalking Shadows, so you know definitely something's going to hit in Stalking Shadows if you want it to. So there's certain synergies within the predict mechanic. So to play, you get a predict. If you pick a landmark grant me elusive. So yeah, again, so this is more landmark synergy working with that. So yeah, again, bear in mind, it doesn't always just have to be Shurima landmarks. It can be other landmarks that you can play with this. But this, at least we're actually seeing a deck which is actually more landmark central in terms of. I should actually put myself to the other side of the screen, shouldn't I? Let's just because, like, so you can see the card text, so it does say, if you pick a landmark, grant me elusive, which, it's not the best elusive stats, but it's an okay elusive stat for a 2/4. So it's basically leveled up Ezreal, but, you know, as a minion, and so it's okay. It's definitely, like, the idea of being able to work more with landmarks, so I can respect that.
Do you miss your family? I miss some of them. The others are right here.
So this is us actually getting to see how the predict works, but also it's showing us a bunch of new cards. So let's get in here. So we've got Sharpened Resolve, which is a 1 mana burst speed. Give an ally +1/+1 this round if you've summoned. So yeah, again, so Shurima's done a lot more like landmark synergy in terms of the fact that it's working off of, if there's a landmark on the board, or if you've got a landmark, it's working like this. So if you've summoned a landmark this game, give it +3. So just aggressive stats, bearing in mind that Shurima has really low-cost landmarks as well, including this one, which is a new landmark from Shurima. So this is now 4 landmarks for Shurima that we've seen so far. So this one is countdown for free, and then it's going to give you that 5/4 that we've seen, and the ability to summon another one of those so you can get more 5/4s on the board. So that's at least letting us know what that landmark is doing, and the fact is, yeah, again, a cheap cost. It's only 2 cost. Stone weaving. So look at 3 random landmarks you can afford. Pick one. Oh my god. Right, do you remember when people were saying that, like, Shurima on its own, like, basically running mono Shurima? This card, for 1 mana burst speed, says, look at 3 different landmarks. It doesn't say that they're region specific. It just says, look at 3 different landmarks you can afford, pick one, and create in hand. So, you could run a mono Shurima deck, but you could also be getting things like landmarks and other things. So, as I said, the ability to get the Howling Abyss, the ability to, I mean, obviously you need to make sure that you've got the right mana for it, but Howling Abyss, you could grab the University of Piltover. If your hand's got nothing else going for it, University of Piltover can be thrown out. So I like this card. This card's actually amazing because it actually opens up so many possibilities. I mean, obviously you've got a big pool to pull, which, I mean, I say you've got a big pool to pull from. You've got like quite a few landmarks right now, so you might hit some bad ones, but there is also the chance of hitting some good ones. So even the Demacian landmark within this region, if you're running mono, would be quite good. But yeah, so yeah, again, these cards are just all amazing. All amazing already. I love it. The ability to be able to get like different things that you might want along the way. Okay. Ooh, what were you? So, looks like another burst speed. I know what the burble fish is. I know that well. 3 mana burst speed. Summon 2 rolling sands. Draw 1. Okay, so what is a rolling sand? But also you get to draw 1. So it's a 3 mana. It's a 3 mana. Develop on board to defend yourself, but also draw, which is actually quite devastating in itself. But what? Okay, so rolling stand is yet again another land. So wait a minute, is this another landmark for Shurima? That's now 5 landmarks, right? Which are all very cheap and countdown bait. This one's not countdown based. So this is actually one of the first ones. Actually, no, some of this is still countdown. This is one of the first landmarks we've seen in Shurima, which is not countdown based. Okay. So, rolling stands. When an enemy is summoned, destroy me. Okay, right, so it still isn't going to be one that's going to stay on that board for long to grant it vulnerable. So, yet again, this is a cheap way of making sure you can get vulnerable on something. But bear in mind, it is when an enemy summons. So, they know this is going to be on the field of play. And so, therefore, they are going to be putting out one of their weakest or something that they don't mind dying or getting vulnerable into this. So, it does force your opponent's hand in that they might not play the card that they wanted to play immediately, but they will still be then playing it after if they're playing smart, because it is a summon effect. So somebody could summon, like PNZ could just summon a Jerry rig and be like, deal with Jerry. Oh no, he's vulnerable. What am I gonna do? For 2 mana, it's okay, but I'd rather this be in a unit rather than a landmark thing, because obviously it's like 2 cost. You're basically looking at the same kind of thing as what's his face? Why can't I think of the damn name? The Bilgewater card, which makes somebody vulnerable, but you actually get to kind of play that and know who you're making vulnerable. So it's a little bit, it's along those lines, but it's not as powerful because you put the opponent in the driving seat of who becomes vulnerable. I mean, they would not fall for it because who would do that move into that, knowing what that landmark does to the board? So you say, haha, you activated my trap card. If it was like, you know, like hidden by the sand, like if they made something where you can hide all your landmarks by sand so you don't know which ones your opponent's got, potentially useful, because then it means that they might fall for that trap. But that's not a trap, that is somebody honestly going into what they know it's going to go into. So you have not sprung a trap there.
Together, we are stronger than stone.
Oh my god! Is that the level up animation? Oh, that's amazing! They're getting longer and longer of these level up animations, but I love them. Anyway, we get to actually see what the leveled up version of this champion does. So summon an exact copy of an allied landmark. We will do that. So upon attack, deal 2 damage to my blocker. So immediately whoever decides to block is already going to be taking 2 damage before the 3 damage goes in. If it's dead or gone, deal 2 damage to the enemy nexus instead. So basically, if they don't put anyone in front, then you're going to be doing 2 damage to the enemy nexus. And so this is kind of like, so if you have a landmark, do this to right. Okay, so the idea of this is that she 100% synergizes with landmarks, because the idea is obviously she's going to be summoning a copy, but also she's going to be doing 2 damage to my blocker. If it's dead or gone, deal 2 damage to the enemy nexus. If you have a landmark, do this 2 more times. So say you put somebody in front of it who's like, got 2 health, boom, it does it. This then happens again. There's nobody there because they're now dead. So that's 4 damage into the enemy nexus. If you've got if they put like somebody who's got 4 health, so basically 6 health. If they put a blocker with 6 health in front of you, you're still going to be doing like basically killing it. There is certain ways that you could increase this effect, potential with kegs, or more likely what's going to be a more funny way of using this is with Funsmith, because Funsmith is going to mean that it's going to be 3 damage all 3 of those times. So like if you've got a landmark, obviously, so Funsmith is going to make it so that's going to be 3 damage. So that means that you're doing 3 damage to something. If it's then dead, then 6 damage to the enemy nexus. If nothing's in front of it, then that's 9 damage to the enemy nexus. If there's if they put something in front of it like that, it can do a total of 9 damage before she even goes in. So that's quite interesting. Like the ability of doing that, and the ability of being able to increase that damage in certain different ways, if you're clever with it, it's gonna actually be quite funny. So I can actually see ways that I might utilize this champion, definitely. But it's an okay effect. It's definitely meaning that it's something which forces your opponent to block, because like otherwise they know that their nexus is going to be taking a significant amount of damage. Lovely music as well. Okay. So, damage, directly into core.
Like threading a needle.
Okay. Ancient Hourglass. It's fast speed, 2 mana fast speed spell. Obliterate an ally and summon a stasis. So, we're going to see what the stasis statue does. Is this actually going to be... It does say obliterate. So, I was going to say, is this going to be like they basically... Do you know, like in Overwatch, like May's ice thing machine, where she just goes into an ice thing and then pops back out again? I was going to say, whoever you make do this, are they going to be who goes into the stage? But it's got the keyword obliterate as well. So, that's why I'm just like, what that means? We're going to find out the status crystal is going to do in a second. I'm sure we're about to see it happen. But 2 mana fast speed, it can get you through things. Let's see what this means. So,
all rocks erode eventually.
Boom. So we get a the statue has, so sometimes your closest allies are landmarks. So it makes into a landmark. Okay. So, and obviously she's got the ability to copy landmarks. Oh my, if that status crystal legitimately is bring back whoever was obliterated, like to kill to make this statue, you can then get more copy. Oh my, so It's almost like, what's his face? Like, Shadow Isles, the ability of resummoning things through, like, Rekindler, or I mean, we don't know that yet. I want to see what obviously the status is, but the ability that she can then, because that becomes a landmark, and she can then make a copy of that is quite good. So let's see whether or not. So yep, she makes copies. Now, oh my god! So the status crystal legitimately must be whoever became this. Oh, it's got some, that has got some very interesting connotations. That has got some very interesting connotations. The fact that for 2 mana, you're making this landmark, and then she can make copies of it. It doesn't necessarily have to be her inside that, bear in mind. And also, the fact that she's now just got like 3 copies of herself, which are all going to be doing that damage into the enemy nexus. If you had a Funsmith on the board, like, oh my god, there's so many things which are going to actually make this legit. It's going to actually make this legit. And I was saying the other day that I wasn't sure how good those landmarks were going to be, because they're not exactly, but she makes it because like her whole idea is summoning landmarks. So those small cost landmarks is actually going to be worth it for this. And the statue thing that we've just seen, even if you don't have her in hand to make another copy, there is that slow speed spell. So that slow speed spell we saw the other day of creating another, or making the, what's his face, making the thing happen twice, is actually, and then, oh my god, so wait, so, because she makes an exact copy, if you use that thing to grant onto this landmark to make it happen twice, and then use her to make an exact copy, you could basically fill the board with whoever the hell's inside that crystal, because it's going to be resolving, what is it, so, yeah, so, once there, twice, so 4 times you can get whoever the hell's, like, oh my god, there's going to be certain synergies in here that's actually going to be really funny and stupid, and I cannot wait to exploit them. But, you know, there's going to be some really stupid synergies that can be done there, definitely, I can already see. So, yep, so that's, oh my god, just that is a great day. You're absolutely right. This is a great day. Okay, let's see whether or not there was anything that we didn't see. So, saw you. So that's actually her champion spell, as well as the fact that you can, like, so she can, that makes her champion, like, the fact that her champion speed spell is a burst speed, just find any landmark, and her whole thing, I'm gonna have so much, this champion has already been, like, you know, I'm already so happy about this champion. Okay, let's have a little look here. So we didn't see this. Oh, that is what comes off of this, is the 5/4 that comes off of it. It's normally a 5 cost. So we didn't see you, the Desert Naturalist, which is destroy a landmark if it's allied, which get summon a grumpy. So it's just more grumpy rock bear synergy, which is like, you know, something that can be done. But it's destroy, so you can destroy one of the other landmarks, one of the lesser landmarks that like makes a clockling or something, to be able to make a 5/4 instead of just the 2/2 that it would normally make. We've got the Salt Spire, which is summon a, maybe, yeah, because that's summon one of those things. This one is it's countdown for 2 rather than 3, and it costed a bit more. But, so that's another landmark for, so how many, is that 6 landmarks now for Shurima? So Salt Spire, summon Thimajiggy, so one of these grumpy rock bears. Then if you've summoned 4+ landmarks this game, grant the strongest ally +2/+2. So the ability for you to potentially make this into a 7/5 is there. I'm not 100% sure whether or not this one will be run. I can see some of the other ones being run. But yeah, countdown. Summon an exact copy of the obliterated unit I replaced. So that's what that status one is going to be. I can definitely see so much shit, especially with her making the exact copies. And the ability of using that spell that we saw that was like a bit... we need to know more to know whether or not it's going to be useful. Why can't I figure the damn name of the spell or where the hell it was? Come to me. Come to me, spell. Where are you? Where are you hiding yourself? There we go. So promising future. Grant an allied landmark. Countdown effect like it basically activates twice. So the ability to then put that on top of this to get more things back. There is definitely some comedy there. The only, actually no, we didn't see this card, the Rock Hopper, which is when I'm summoned. So when I'm summoned, summon a Rolling Stone, which we know is this landmark, which is going to be so a lot of making vulnerable, which does actually synergize very well with what's his face, old Crocodile Man, Renekton. So there's the ability of potential synergy in there. It's in the same region, so you can use that to make things vulnerable, to make it so that he can challenge them, to give him that, like, the plus stats in his first form, and obviously, like, after he levels up, then he's kind of fine. But oh my god, I'm loving this new champion. I'm loving what the potentials of what this static thing can do, like, especially if you make more copies of that landmark, and then just like how many different things you can summon. I'm going to be having some very stupid fun with this. That's all I can immediately say anyway. Some insane things are going to be going down, but what do you think? Please let me know down in the comment section down below, as well as the fact that, like I said, any thoughts and things that you're thinking, please let me know. Bear in mind, shameless plug time, Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram. If you didn't know already, I stream on Twitch on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. In fact, this video is going live. When this video is going live, I should be streaming in about an hour's time after it, roughly about an hour's time. I can't remember. I don't know exactly when this video is going to be uploaded, so I'm going to guess it's going to be going out at 6 o'clock, meaning I'm going to be in an hour. So if you want to check that out, please feel free to, as well as the fact that there is also the Discord link down below and a merch link if you want to see Legends of Runeterra merch that I hired a graphic artist to check. But you don't feel forced into any of that. That's only if you want to. Just thank you all so much for the support. We hit over 2,000 subscribers, so honestly, thank you so much for that. I just hope that you all have a great evening, day. I cannot wait to get back with some more reveals tomorrow. But honestly, thank you all so much. I've just seen something that I did not realize before, so let's very quickly reverse the time. Don't worry, it was nothing. It was just a skill that was off of another card that we'd already read. So honestly, thank you so much. Hope you have a great evening. Until next time, bye. From Flash of Brilliance that could save me. Save me! That doesn't save me. Okay. Is there anything from you? Save me. That doesn't save me. Okay. Get rid of this and get rid of this. Find something that can save me.